All right, so we're on break for the last break of the day, and it was a really interesting session as you guys have seen following through the Twitter updates or X updates I've been putting up there. So the core of this afternoon was the JCCF really trying to pin the UK case, which he terms as Miller, since that was the main plaintiff. That's how they refer to these cases, and linking it to our Westminster system here, which is essentially a child of the British system. So he's mainly arguing four core principles that he outlined. I'm not going to remember all of them, but essentially that the Prime Minister cannot just have unlimited unilateral power as it relates to prorogation, and that's what the UK case was all about. So if you agree that Parliament is supreme, which is the core basis of a Westminster system, so you have to agree that. And if you agree that parliamentary sovereignty is supreme, then that means the executive branch cannot override Parliament. Then you have to agree that the Prime Minister right now is violating parliamentary sovereignty, because his whole justification for proroguing Parliament, it doesn't satisfy the reasonableness justification in order to actually prorogue, because you have a couple of different situations going on right now. Number one, you have the SDTC question of privilege, which in itself is a significant issue because that means that the privilege of MPs have been violated. Number two, you have the tariff situation. Number three, you have Trudeau resigning. Number four, you have the alleged threat of our threat to our sovereignty through annexation from the United States, and you then have this whole confine of a leadership election for the Liberal Party. So the justification that Justin Trudeau gave in his resignation, it just doesn't fly, and that was the argument by the JCCF. Chief Justice was challenging him, as he's supposed to do, to make sure that his arguments are sound. And you can see the JCCF trying to get ahead of all of the government challenges that they're going to be bringing in their rebuttal tomorrow as we conclude. So that was the summary of the last couple of hours in court. The last section is going to be JCCF just concluding their argument, and then the interveners, which is all of the different organizations that have essentially declared to submit documents and supporting arguments for the JCCF. That's going to conclude today, and that's going to be essentially the end of the claimant part of the case. And then tomorrow it's going to be the government, and we'll see what happens.